Hey, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And I was just thinking that my triple A of doing keto is accountability, abstinence, and attitude. Huh, triple A. And if I keep all of those in a good, positive place, then I've got the protection like your car has a protection with triple A. Now, accountability is huge, and sometimes we are accountable to just ourselves. We get along fine. You've got your self structure, discipline, and just general juju in a good place. So you can, put your foods either in a chronometer or some sort of place where you keep a list of your foods and it might give you macros or calories or something like that. Or you just know how to do it. You can eat intuitively, um, but the accountability just stays with you. Other people get to a place where they need an accountability coach almost. And so, I do that on the side. It is a little side business. I charge a monthly rate. And I've had clients over the years where they just need to be accountable. And it's a pretty cheap one-on-one service, but the point about being accountable is that, they're perhaps learning new tips and tricks and ways of being accountable to themselves and sharing it with me or another person and then getting the results that they want that they couldn't get before. One of the things is keeping your attitude in a good place. And one of the ways that I always suggest keeping your attitude in a good place is get rid of the bathroom scale. Okay, put it in your trunk of your car and pull it out once a month just for and giggles to see how you're doing. But the scale has tortured us for decades. One woman commented the other day and she said, I realized that for 40 years I've been on a diet. Her name is Kim, and she's a frequent contributor here. And she says, I've been on a diet for 40 years. Yeah, exactly. I began in my early teens to be on a diet. I'm 70 now, 70 and a half even. And so that's an awful lot of years of like never being skinny enough, thin enough, happy enough, content enough, whatever enough to be okay with yourself. It just what we've done to ourselves over the years, right? So there's the accountability. Sometimes it's just you and yourself. Other times it's with the help of a coach or somebody that does keto in your family, in your community, someplace where you just are transparent to another person. That kind of helps a lot of us. I highly recommend it. The other is abstinence. Now, I ask for abstinence every single day. I I do my, I guess for lack of a better word, prayers to my higher power, and I ask to be abstinent, sober, and sane when it comes to my foods. And I eat a keto food plan. So, and I put it in my chronometer. I weigh it on my kitchen scale. It's done a day or days in advance. I especially do it as a menu planner as well. So before I know I'm going to do a shop for like meats, or I'm going to go into my freezer and pull out some meats or prepare things like my keto beef stew, I just kind of put it in the days of the week. Plus, I have days of the week where I have the same thing every day. Like Friday is the burger, and Saturday is the keto cauliflower crust pizza. Sunday is the big green egg. Monday is usually meatless Monday, but it's not going to be a meatless Monday today because I have a makeup corned beef and cabbage meal because Greg was working on Martha's Vineyard. And so we missed St. Patrick's Day. So I bought the fixins and I will make that for Monday. But I digress because I always digress because that's how I am. So putting in the foods to just have them so I can be accountable, and then I can ask for abstinence every single day. I want to be abstinent. I don't want to derail. Now, being abstinent, it's kind of a magical sort of thing where I ask for the help. I'm abstinent throughout the day, and at night, I thank my higher power for keeping me abstinent. Same deal with being sober from alcohol. It's just something that I've been doing for decades. And so I just do it with food as well. And the third thing that's really important is attitude. Now, before I digressed and then digressed again, I was talking about the scale. And that scale can wreck your attitude for an entire day, if not longer. And it's just not helpful. I was going to say some other words, but it's just not helpful. So you want to keep your attitude positive. You want to keep, what you're doing with your foods and the choices that you're making healthy in a way that helps your attitude. I mean, physically, you are healthier from eating healthier keto foods, and it brings you to a place where, your body responds with a healthy attitude towards it all. Are you following me? How it's all kind of connected in the pot, don't you know? And so with a healthy attitude, it's easier to be abstinent because you're staying positive with your attitude about this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're not worrying about each little macro or thing that you're having, or, I had more than 20 total carbs. 20 total carbs is great. And not net. Never net. Not net. If you are still in a losing phase, I just suggest 20 total carbs. Why? Because it works. When somebody's doing 20 total carbs and they're not showing with their body shape or the scale, if they're still using it, that they've lost, then I always recommend going to 10, and then sometimes even less, getting to like pretty much carnivore with just a couple of carbs just to get you through. It's what works for you. If what you're doing isn't working for you, take a different approach, another A word, and reduce your total carbs. If you don't know the difference between total carbs and net carbs, then you may find that keto products, keto pushers, people that are like half your age, a quarter of your age, because I'm getting old enough that I can say a quarter of my age, they can get away with a lot more with their metabolisms. They haven't gotten to the deranged metabolism yet because they're stopping what they were doing long before people in my age category even knew they had a problem they had to stop. What? There's too many carbs in it? So, total carbs is where you do not subtract the fiber from, like say 3 cups of broccoli. It may be, 40 total carbs, but if you subtract the broccoli fiber, you may end up with 15 net carbs. And it works for some people. I'm not denouncing it. I'm just saying if you're in my age bracket with your metabolism and you still have pounds that you want to lose or fat that you want to shed, if you want to lean out your body, total carbs is a much cleaner way of doing it. In the chronometer, when you set it up, maybe it's the same for other food apps, but the chronometer is what I use. You can put in that you're counting total carbs or net carbs, and it will do it for you. So then as you put in your food, the calculations and the macros end up being net or total carbs. But for somebody like me at my age, I use total carbs. It's just much cleaner. Can't play with it. You can play with net carbs, and that maybe got you into trouble even doing your keto food plan for as long as you were, because net carbs, you can fudge the results, but not with your body. So, attitude, accountability, and abstinence. Those three things are just wonderful things to bring to your keto or your carnivore food plan, because those three things are going to keep you clean and humming along with your metabolism, chugging along with it. And it just has worked for me. I've been in maintenance for a number of years. I'm not sure how many. I did switch to carnivore for a while. My body gained weight while doing it. It just wasn't the same satisfying. I believe carnivore works for lots and lots of people, but I was one of those, I like my veggies. So I have my veggies. And I'm a volume eater, so the veggies help, right? So I don't eat fruit. I haven't had fruit in years. I don't know. I always say maybe I will. Sometimes I see a beautiful orange. Sometimes I see a beautiful apple. And I say, wow, I'd love that green apple chopped up in my yogurt with some nuts. But then I don't do it. So I kind of, it's kind of, you know how people have sexual fantasies? I have food fantasies. True. So anyway, the approach with a good attitude, asking for abstinence for the day, and accountability to yourself if that works and you get the results, or maybe somebody else, or maybe hiring a food coach. All of those things are helpful. They're tools. We have a toolkit. We keep our tools sharp. We want sharp tools in the toolkit because we want to do and be and feel our very best every day. So there you go. I put my email address down below after every video. If you're curious about food coaching, it's down there. 'Tis the season. It's spring. Let's pull it together, right? And, you know, in 30 days, a lot of good tools can be sharpened in your toolkit. I'll see you here the next time. This has been Sarah with Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. I'm so glad you're here. I can't do it without you. I'm accountable to you on account. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.